So happy New Year's, everyone. I hope you guys had a great time with friends and family. And today I was gonna just, for personal reasons, I was just gonna take time off and I couldn't do it. I couldn't fucking do it. I tried. A dear friend of mine who's also a scooper of ours, he's become a scooper of ours, who's been pretty right on, most things he said, just kept bombarding me with messages and phone calls. And I was like, dude, I'm having personal situation going on right now. And he was like, it's gonna make you happy. And I kind of needed that today. Um, So I picked up the phone and I spoke to him for about 30 minutes solid, and it was all Batman, everything Batman, as you can see from my background. And we just did a video on James Gunn and how crazy shit is over there. But shit has always been crazy at DC. And so here we are again. And funny enough, Griffin was like, dude, you got to watch Creature Commandos, and it all lines up. So my friend told me that, over the holiday weekend, there was meetings over at DC Studios, and that they were discussing the Reeves universe, Batman the Brave and the Bold, how that's going forward. If you saw our previous video, you know what I'm talking about. And if you haven't, please go check that out and then jump right back into this one. Um, so we're not James Gunn haters, first of all. I just want to clarify that. We're not pissing on James Gunn. I stand by it. I don't think the dude knows how to run a business, but to be fair, that I know of is his first shot at it. And he's a great writer. He's an amazing director. And yes, he's done shit with obscure characters that no one knew, and now he put them on the map. Griffin, I said it in our review for the Superman trailer. That's probably one of the best trailers I've ever seen. The Batman being delayed and things like that. Now I'm getting information, and I believe I did see it in one of our comments. I don't know who posted it, but some dude, so thanks for that, said something about Reeves having personal issues. If that's the case, that's fine. Every single fan on the planet will be understanding of that. I know I would. I don't expect for James Gunn to come out and tell us what those personal issues are, because that would just be a dick move. But if he would just say, "Hey, I'm just giving the time for this guy to, you know, settle some affairs," I think we'd all be fine with that. With Andy, the situation with Andy is a bit wonky there. James Gunn, and I stand by this, he handpicked Andy as his director. I think maybe he jumped the gun, no pun intended there, with The Flash. Fuck anyone who says contrary to this, but James Gunn came out and said that was a phenomenal movie, that he loved it. That movie was shit. And he hired Andy to be the director of Batman the Brave and the Bold, whatever. If they're moving away from Andy because, and James Gunn has said this in interviews, he's been quoted, we've seen him on videos, he's not happy with the Brave and the Bold just quite yet. Maybe that's not going to happen. Maybe they're going to move away from Andy. Fine. I understand that completely. My friend told me that there were some executives that said, "Hey, look, listen, we want James, we want your speaking to Reeves, we want your universe to be connected to the DCU because we would just think it would be easier." And they're smart to say that because, well, the Batman made a lot of money during the pandemic. Had that movie come out, normal shit, it would have made $1 billion, no doubt. But Matt Reeves knows what he wants. He told the previous management to go fuck themselves. He told them he did not want Jeff Johns to be involved at all. I don't blame him. Jeff Johns is trash. And they let him have what he wanted. And, same thing happened again. And, these kind of things happen. Sometimes you just have to put your foot down. Reeves is able to do that. He's able to say, look, this is the vision I want. I'm dealing with some shit. Maybe, maybe not. But I don't want to connect. I want to be clear about something because there's been speculation out there. Even some friends have said, well, maybe Gunn is being pressured. Gunn is the co-CEO of DC Studios. DC Studios is a freshly studio created for the sole purpose of not having the same drama that affected the previous iterations of movies. The only person that may or may not, throw some shit in his ear is Peter Safran. Peter Safran handles the business side. James Gunn, he may get suggestions, but he's the boss. He doesn't have someone on top of him telling him, you got to do this or you're gone. Could he lose his job? Yeah, but like every CEO or co-CEO. So no one's telling or pressuring James Gunn into saying, you have to do this or blah, blah, blah. Yeah. James Gunn is doing what he wants to do. And if James Gunn wanted to put his foot down and say, Reeves, either we connect your Batman or you're gone, he could do that. But he doesn't want to lose someone like Matt Reeves because he's a very talented writer and director. I wouldn't be surprised. I'm still mad that he threw Andy under the bus. Let's not fuck around. He threw Andy under the bus. Andy said one thing. James Gunn came out and said another thing. I think there's miscommunication there. I think maybe those two dudes need to go have a couple of beers and talk shit out. And James Gunn should be very vocal. He should say, "Look, this is what I want for the Batman because I'm the boss. This is where I need you to line it up. And if you can't do that, then we just need to move away." Andy saying he's doing another project very much sounds to me like, that's what's going to happen. I'd be okay with a new director coming on. I don't know who at the moment. On to the happy shit. So my friend did tell me, dude, I'm bugging you because this is going to make you happy. He described to me what went on in the meeting. He said that Reeves was promised that he could do his own shit and that he was even showed conceptual art for the DCU Batman, main DCU Batman. Grant you, before you guys get on me and Griffin to vouch for me, I have not seen even yet Creature Commandos because of personal issues today in my life. And Griff this morning, as my friend was bombarding me with BS, well, not BS, but all this happy news, was like, dude, you have to watch Creature Commandos. He didn't say a fucking word. He didn't tell me why. He said Creature Commandos, you have to watch it. I still haven't seen it. But Griff, because of everything I was telling him, my friend was telling me, he sent me the image that you see in behind me. That is probably the best image I've seen in a long time. And I'm not jumping gun and I'm not saying now I'm Team James Gunn and I don't want to blow the dude. I don't want to all of a sudden praise him. I've said my piece about him, what I don't like, what I do like, but that image makes me happy. That the fact that I was told by a friend who I trust that those images and others were shown to Reeves to assure him, dude, take your time, handle your business, do your thing. This is the main DCU Batman. That's a big ass, bulky, strong. It looks blue and gray to me. I could be dead wrong. I hope I'm not. I've always wanted blue and gray. It looks very Jim Lee. Some of the people that we thought, can anyone bulk up? Yeah, sure. I don't even know who other than Ben Affleck, and I know Ben Affleck's not coming back, sadly, but I that image makes me happy, man. It's a I want a more comic fantastical Batman. I want to see Clayface. I want to see Mr. Freeze. I want to see Poison Ivy. And I really wasn't going to get that with Pattinson. Now I can still enjoy Pattinson and whoever the hell this is going to be.
Yeah, honestly, I am very happy with this news. Putting the Batman and Brave and the Bold separate, I'm cannot be happier. I mean, if you saw our recent video, you know how much we dislike the idea and how much of a big step back that was. I'm glad James Gunn sat down, changed his mind because that was really the wrong direction. And I greatly applaud Matt Reeves for putting his foot down and saying what he wants. And I also would like to give props to Gunn for doing what Warner Brothers and DC hasn't done in the past and giving time to Reeves, again, if it's true, to sort his shit out instead of rushing it and getting a new director like Joss Whedon. I'm very happy with that. I'm still not a fan with what James has done, but seeing Creature Commandos episode, seeing the image of the Batman, and then if you saw a Creature Commandos review, you saw how I couldn't tell heads or tails of how the hell that looks like Robert Pattinson and how they're gonna be able to connect those now. I am ecstatic that it's not Robert Pattinson. That would have been such a mistake, and I am so relieved by this
And it's not
news.
that Rob is bad.
He just doesn't
He
fit.
completely changed my mind because I was like, fuck that Twilight kid. Good Batman. Didn't like his Bruce Wayne, but I understand why I don't like his Bruce Wayne. But Griffin he just doesn't fit. Like having seen the Superman trailer and having seen Creature Commandos, except for the latest episode, it doesn't the groundness of Reeves's Batman doesn't fit. Could they rework it? Yes, but then it's not going to fit into its own universe, so it's weird. Having
Yeah.
a different Batman, a much more Batman that looks like I'm looking at an episode of Batman the animated series, which I if you guys have been here for from the beginning, you guys know that is my shit. I love that show. Man, if I was a betting man, I think we're moving away from Andy.
Yeah.
I just hope whoever they go with, that they learned their lesson. If it's because Andy's not really committed to it, he just can't line up with what James wants. I don't know what the hell's going on over there. But if it's going to give us the best comic book DCU Batman. Hire someone else. Who that is, I don't even have. Let us know in the comments if they're moving away from Andy. Do you want Gunn to direct the Batman and write it, or who else do you guys have in mind
I just hope
besides Matt Reeves?
I just hope from this, Gunn learns to wait a little bit before confirming projects. 'Cause that would be perfect. That would
Or
be amazing.
maybe just stick to, writing, directing, being the boss, and let someone else handle all the tweets and shit like that.
Oh yeah, he needs a social media manager. There is no doubt about that.
And he can get it. He's got the money. So, I'm very happy about this news. I know it seems like we were just I don't know, with DC, it's always like this, man. I don't think it's been a single year where I haven't felt that roller coaster ride where I get like super fucking excited, then I plummet, then I'm like, this is just ass. And then, what is it? 3 days later, we're like that. Before I saw this image, my friend just described what he saw. He was like big, gray, blue, blah, blah, blah. Then Griff sends me this image because it's one thing to visualize it, and it's another thing to see it. When I saw it, I was like, I don't need to see anything else for another year. That's it. That's got me hyped for another year.
Absolutely.
I'm good. So thank you guys for watching. Happy New Year's. Please go check out our other video that we did, and then come back and see this one, and let us know your thoughts. And who would you want to see? We have a video on our fan cast, but who would you now seeing how big he looks there? Who would you like to see? Damn, maybe we got to do another fan cast. Who would you like to see as Batman? Who would you want to see direct and write Batman the Brave and the Bold? And I hope it's still Brave and the Bold.